Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome back to Red Sky Bay. I'm currently engaged in the acquisition of additional gravel. You know, you might be saying, Joe, how much more gravel can you possibly need? Like, isn't a certain amount of gravel enough gravel? And I wish that I could believe you were correct. Like, at the same time, when I have been gifted such bounteous gravel here, it seems like I might as well just grab all I can, or gravel all I can, so that I can make the additional concrete powder to finish my movie theater screen. Now, I don't know if you guys saw all the way to the end of the last episode, but I actually did something kind of neat with the movie theater screen by doing some editing of some footage from my NASA trip onto it in post-production. That was just a proof of concept, not actually like the full content of the NASA videos, which I have to work on extensively over this weekend. I'm really excited about this weekend. It's 4th of July. 4th of July is coming up, and so we've got some exciting barbecues and stuff with friends we're going to do. And then I'm off to PlayOnCon at the end of the week, which PlayOnCon, for those of you guys who don't know, is a convention I do every year. This is going to be my 9th PlayOnCon. This is the 10th time they're having it, and so I'm just super pumped because this is a highlight of my year. I get to see a lot of my cool Minecraft friends. I get to see a lot of the cool friends I've had since before Minecraft, like Joe Hilbert's going to be making it this year, one of the guys who did the Pitfalls and Penguins illustration for the cover, and just like a really cool cartoonist and fun fella. Ovi Raptor and Duke from the Minecraft community are going to be there, which will be fun. Ovi's going to help me judge the Minecraft build contest, and Duke might be helping me play live music during the Minecraft build contest. I say helping me play. I mean, he's going to have his piano there for excellent ambiance. He played piano for the build contest last year, and it was a real hit. Oh no, I just broke my shovel. Well, I hope I got it. Well, at least it was only 1 diamond, although the enchantment was pretty good on it. Dang it. Gotta pay more attention. Anyway, well, this is more than enough gravel for us to move forward. As you can see, I've also gone ahead and turned on some new shaders. Now, we can only use shaders in the brief moments where the live server, or the Hermitcraft server, is actually running a stable version of Minecraft and Optifine's updated and everything like that. It's all taken care of together. Because a lot of times, you know, we're running a snapshot of the game, which means Optifine will just refuse to run entirely. But yeah, the shaders really make this look exciting. It's rare that we get to use them, although these windows make the water here look even more transparent to the point where it's like this kind of terrifying landscape out the window instead of the sunny, beautiful bay we know and love, which I actually think is really cool. Look at how dark and creepy it is in here with these shaders. This is so great. But anyway, I'm just really happy with how these shaders look for right now. Not sure though, you know, some people, wow, do we need that second torch there? Probably not. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. Little fireplace action going on here. And then once again, the water out there is like completely invisible. So from inside the house, no more friendly bay. I might have to get the boats out of the way so they don't betray its presence. But betray, I don't know, there's something there. Where was I? Oh yeah, I need to go make more white gravel to finish my movie screen. Oh, I love this transparent water. I wish they would add something like this to real Minecraft. This really kind of just adds something to the bay that I enjoy. I don't even need the shadows. I don't know if you can turn off the shadows in this. Maybe it would be faster if you could, but like the shaders has like options like shadow quality, but like I think it maxes out or mins out at 0.5. I wonder what happens if I turn on normal map. Is that going to be terrifying? No? Don't know what that does. Well, it's not a weirder map, I'll tell you that. And the frame rate still seems fine. 28, 29. Well, maybe we'll turn normal map off, just in case. Like to make sure that the frame rate always stays a little bit above 30. Oh, man. I'm just loving seeing this in a new light. The waving crops is also one of my favorite things about shaders. Now this pretty much looks exactly the way you would expect, which is good, because I don't want my map to look different. I love my map. Where was I going? I was going in here because I need to go ahead and throw together some more concrete powder. Ooh, don't have any bones, maybe. Do I have enough bones? Nothing to bone home about. There we go. Boom. Plenty of bones. Let's go see how... Oh, I wonder how our waterfall looks from the other side of the portal here. The waterfall on this side is like practically invisible. But yeah, this definitely looks a lot cooler. I really like this. Okay, so we're going to boat down here with the concrete powder we do have and see how it comes together. Figure out exactly how short we are. Because I know the penta spawner that Tango made has a skeleton spawner in it. But I'd really like to avoid a trip back to spawn if I can avoid it. Save myself a little time. Now, of course, this is a dangerous place to work at night here. I do, Wow, stars are already coming out through the clouds, apparently. Whoa. Well, that's a neat effect. Thank you for sleeping, Scar. I guess we can now go ahead and just hop out here. I'm gonna have to ask people to hold off on sleeping when I actually record the movie theater screen, though. Simplest thing is just to kind of come up this way, I guess. Set this up like so. Dang it, that pig is gonna be so close I'm gonna drown his boat when I drop the bucket of water on it, aren't I? Well, maybe not if I'm careful. Let's see. Oh, yep, it's going right there. Totally bypassing the pig. Great. One less thing to worry about. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this shader or not, you know. If you were like, Joe, what do you think? Are you a fan of this shader? I'd be like, well, I think it has a lot of good things going on about it. But like, I'm very wary of like saying that I'm a fan of anything, or even like a group of, like, if I went to a Nashville Sounds game, I would cheer for the Nashville Sounds. That's our baseball team, but like, I'm not really a Sounds fan. I can't name anybody on the team, so I wouldn't want to misrepresent myself as one. So, you know, I wouldn't have a Sounds shirt or whatever. I wouldn't feel right owning a Sounds shirt because that's a misrepresentation of my identity, I feel. And I was thinking about this, and there's a lot of different, not fields, but like, a lot of different types of stuff in like fandom. Like, I go to fan conventions all the time for things that I am fans of, but like, people are like, oh, you like Firefly, are you a browncoat? It's like, no. Browncoats is a word for people who like Firefly, used by people who like Firefly to describe themselves. So, I'm a person who likes Firefly, but I do not use the word browncoat to describe myself because it sounds a little bit too brown shirty for my taste. Like, I just don't like how it sounds, and so I don't want to refer to myself as one. And so if I don't refer to myself as a browncoat, can I really be a Firefly fan? I don't know. Like, Star Trek fans have a few terms like Trekkie or Trekker was the original. I think Trekker sounds cooler. Like, when I was in middle school, like, I wouldn't be, you know, I would call myself a Trekkie, you know, I guess, because it's like, well, you know, I read 4 Star Trek novels a month, and I watch all the episodes of the shows when they're on repeats and stuff like that. But like, nowadays, it's like, I don't really keep up with all of it. Like, even though I probably have read more books that take place in the Star Trek universe than most people at some point in my life, that's not what I'm spending my life on right now. So I don't feel like it's something, you know, and I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I was an old school Trekkie or whatever. It's like, because I wasn't. That was people in the 60s who, you know, did their own thing. Not me. I don't know. So anyway, it's just interesting. Like, I was thinking maybe it'd be fun. I'm also like a Doctor Who fan. I like Doctor Who. I've watched every episode of the new series, but nothing from the old series. So it's like already a lot of real Doctor Who fans who call themselves like Gallifreyans or Whovians who'd be like, nope, Joe Hill's not a real Doctor Who fan. Doesn't listen to all the Big Picture audiobooks. He doesn't even know they're called Big Name audiobooks. He calls them Big Picture. Wrong. Whoa, what happened here? I'm kind of amazed. How can the powder block up like that? Are these like invisible blocks? Well, huh. That's really interesting. I don't know, somehow, some of that sand must have glitched so it's self-stacked. Very cool. I gotta say, this concrete powder stuff is the absolute best thing for making a movie theater screen. We're just gonna kind of widen this out some so it doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic up against the edge of the screen here. There we go. Just get a little bit more to it. And also, I think that I need to cut down on some of this material here. Pig, did you get out of the... Oh, yep, your boat did sink. Sorry. It's interesting. I didn't know that by sinking a boat, you could free the mob from inside of it. There might be something you could do with mob traps at that, but I don't know. Interesting. There's this... I didn't never noticed there was this striped pattern. Is that because... Wow. Might be something about the way the sun works or casts shadows in this. So neat. Anyway, though, I was kind of thinking, like, I should have my own words to describe the sort of Doctor Who fan I am, you know, because a lot of the guys who might call themselves Gallifreyans would be like, oh, we hang out in our Gallifrey because we've been watching Doctor Who since the old days, and we listen to all the big name audios or whatever. And I was like, well, maybe instead of calling myself a Gallifreyan or a Whovian, I should come up with my own word that has to do with the fandom, but demonstrates my flavor of, you know, kind of interest in it. Like, you know, Star Wars fans don't even have a word for Star Wars fans. They're just called Star Wars fans. But if you wanted to, you could say, oh yeah, I'm a real Rebel Alliance. That sounds silly, but you could say it. You could. You have the option. It is a free country. You know, so go ahead. But I'm kind of thinking that there's some angle to like picking, like, what would be something that would be funny to reply with? Like, with Doctor Who, you could be like he calls his people who travel with him his companions. But like, oh yeah, I'm a real companion also sounds kind of bad out of context. It could mean other things too that you don't necessarily want to go with. Because, oh, Firefly has companions, and it means something different there. So, you know, you wouldn't necessarily want to say that. Oh, if someone's like, oh, are you a brown coat? No, I'm a companion. That kind of sounds a little bit weird. Wow, I've got too much of this stone. Which, I mean, I'm going to need a lot of stone for later. So it's not the worst thing, but I might need to put some torches down somewhere at some point. Maybe putting a few torches down kind of behind the bottom of the screen to give it a little bit of a glow would work well with in terms of the how it sells the fact that it's illuminated by a projector at night. Some of you guys had asked, like, Joe, are you gonna put a raft with a projector on it? Where's this zombie? Is there a cave in here? But yeah, some of you guys had asked, Joe, are you gonna put a raft with a projector on it behind, like over here, so that you could have like a place that the movie is projected from? And the answer to that is unequivocally no. Because I don't know if you've ever put a projector on something that floats in waves, but it'd be rocking back and forth all the time. I'd have to build like a real platform if I was going to do that, and I'm not sure that I want to quite yet. But if I did, I would have like an actual, like, maybe build something on this island here. Yeah, if I came to this little island here, theoretically, you know, I could put the projector on like some sort of post that juts out from this structure here. Like have a pillar into this ridge. Like there's this high point here, roughly. Let's go ahead and actually mark that out. That might be a little far, but realistically for like a drive-in movie, that seems about right, actually. Now, I'd want the pillar to look a little bit more natural here. So we'll kind of build around it a little bit. You a Doctor Who fan? Yeah, I'm a real Cyberman. Cybermen are one of the bad guys, like, or I'm a real Dalek. Although, like, those are bad. Like, who are the good people in Doctor Who? I mean, there's the Ood. Oh yeah, I'm a real Ood. Sounds weird, though. I'm an ood dude. You know, that's kind of a little off. But yeah, this feels like a good screen for projecting onto. The stars start to come out here. Kind of want to just get a sense of how this looks as it gets dark. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, the thing is, though, the filter that I'm using to put the screen, or to, like, post the screen there might not work well with those lamps. So, I might want the ability to turn them off. In which case, I'd need, like, a redstone switch. Whoa, it's really dark with these shaders once it's actually dark out. Like, it is darker than normal Minecraft. Well, luckily, it's going to be daytime again soon, but just kind of jumping through these time frames. Like, I see how I could do something with that. If people are like, are you a Star Wars fan? Oh yeah, I'm a real astromech droid. That's too long. I'm a real droid. I'm a droider. That sounds like I'm saying I'm more a droid than they are, though. That's undesirable. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. That portal actually looks kind of good like this. Although the waterfall offshoot over here that I wrecked the other day is now wrecking everything else. Sometimes if I accidentally place a block, this whole waterfall will, like, cut off this way. And apparently bury boats, which I wouldn't normally be able to see. So why don't we, this might be solved by gravel. But yeah, I mean, what are the other possible Star Wars ones? I'm a Naboo, Gungan. I mean, oh yeah, I'm a real Hut. That sounds like you're like a Pizza Hut. People will try to order pizza from you, and I don't like being ordered around. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, the shadows in this, I need to find a shader that's just better water. If you guys have suggestions for shaders, don't post links in the comment, but tell me the names of them so that I know where to find them. The shadows, though, are super weird. I'm wondering if that's because I turned them to low quality. Let me try turning up the quality. Video settings. Okay, with the shadow quality turned up to 2x, it's still kind of weird how they project. Like, you can see that, like, these should be a straight line, this shadow. And as you get closer, it is. I'm guessing just the further away you are, the less detail it gives the shadows, which is why as I approach things, the shadows go nuts. See, these weird shadows on the house here are strange. Like as I move. Now I'm finally close enough that they're like high quality, I guess. But yeah, I don't want to have like, I'd rather have no shadows than weird shadows, is kind of how I feel. I don't know. I can keep messing with it. Maybe this just isn't the shader pack for me. Maybe I need to find one that's just focused on water. People will be like, are you a fan of that shader pack? I'll be like, I'm a real normal map about it. No, that sounds bad too. None of these are actually helpful. You know what's... I do kind of like how that looks. I mean, no matter what I do, though, the next snapshot that comes out that we jump to is going to wipe away all the shaders and all the configuration anyway. So, oh well. It's fun while it lasts. As I immediately accidentally pour water onto the concrete powder, ruining its ability to be used as powder. Wonder what, let's run over here to Mumbo's place real quick. Is he online? I don't want to spoil anything for his episode, but I'm just kind of curious how it looks. So we're going to keep our distance just from this tower. What can we see with the shaders on? And these should pop in pretty quick once I stop moving. It's interesting that those chunks are still loaded, and these ones over here aren't loading at all. Uh-oh. Well, that was a good experiment in... We're going to turn night into day. Go retrieve our stuff. Dang it, I got so caught up by how cool everything looked. I'm trying to think of a show where people fall down. Are you a big fan of America's Funniest Home Videos? Oh yeah, I'm a huge faller. Or a kicky. A kicky sounds like good America's Funniest Home Videos, because a lot of people get kicked by accident in those. America. Let's see. Hopefully there weren't a bunch of mobs in that shadowy area I fell into down there, because that would be undesirable in terms of gear recovery, on account of them having, you know, my diamond gear. Such a huge castle grounds. I gotta start coming through here and just hewing it with the axe sooner or later. I'm kind of happy just leaving it as is. Did I hear a creeper? I don't see any mobs over here really, which is kind of surprising. Maybe somebody else is hitting the mob limit, and which would mean that nothing over here would have a chance to really spawn and make trouble for me. Although I actually lit this up pretty well. At least on the sides of the cliff. Wow, that pickaxe made it a good distance. Anything further than that? No, it doesn't look like it. So up we go. Got my pickaxe as a Minecrafter. That's 90% of what I need in life. Which map is this even? I didn't even know I had a map. Oh, I was going to update my drive-in movie theater map, apparently. Did not even remember that. Might have had a chest plate, though. Just thinking about it, like, logically. Yep, there's some bread. And a chest plate. A man cannot live on chest plates alone. So I brought bread. Signs. I opened up my eyes, and I saw them. Are you a big fan of signs? Oh yeah, I'm a huge corn farmer. See, that's a joke about the Mel Gibson film. Like, oh, like people who are really into that other Mel Gibson film could call themselves disciples. I don't know, there's something there. I got the additional torches now, so we're going to head back that way. Uh-oh, is that where the lava is? Did I ender pearl into the lava? Almost. I almost ender pearled into the lava, but I did not. See, that's how you successfully don't die in Minecraft, unlike my earlier example. Okay. I figure I might as well close out this episode by lighting up my little projector stand. And I might as well, what do you call it? Oh, those shadows at the distance. It's just, too terrible. I gotta do something about this shadow thing. I'm gonna look at some other shader packs. If every episode this week has a different shader pack, don't be surprised. Because even though I'm a fan of this one, I just can't. It doesn't play well with my recordings, apparently. And that's a huge requirement for me. I gotta have good recordings. They are for you. So anyway, let's go ahead and light up our little islands here for our projector booth. And we can build that out later. But I did want to get my map out and get the new big screen on there. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot more impressive now. You can tell what that is. I kind of wanted to make sure that the supports were more visible in it. And I'm just going to go ahead and break these torches off, because, like I said, I'd have to set those up with redstone lamps somehow or something. They can't be on during the movie. It'll ruin the recording. So anyway, if I look at my map now, you can just barely see that there's some sort of supports back there. And they're not evenly spaced. Why am I hearing a zombie? Like, that makes me think that there's like a cave in here somewhere. But the odds of me just punching into it and finding it are super low. Okay, it's clearly, though, like, right there. Oh, okay, that's not how we block off caves. So I think there's water on the other side there. Okay. And a skeleton. If I can get the skeleton to shoot the creeper. This might not be my best idea. Pickaxe. Huh. Okay, well, so if I did want to explore that cave at some point, I would need to go in at a higher elevation than I'm at anyway, which I don't necessarily want to do right now. So, okay, here we go. Just kind of clearing this out a little bit more. I don't want to do too little, but I don't want to be too late, because I got to get back to work. My lunch break is almost over. But thank you guys so much for joining me again for another episode of Hermitcraft. Oh wait, I got to read a poem. The sky is red and the bay is red sky, so as we begin to say goodbye, I'd like to point out that the mid-roll ad-free nature of this episode is courtesy of patron Kathleen Heath. And thanks to her contribution, instead of seeing mid-roll as earlier this episode, I'm going to read you a poem of my own devising now. I released a brief bit of this poem on Twitter once, but I'd never actually have shared the full version. So here's the full version of my poem, which I call Icarus. Did you ever imagine we'd fall so far from the sun, we'd miss the sea? Or that our waxen wings would ice and we'd flap them against the vacuum, hoping to find a bit of dirt again? So thank you again, Kathleen, and until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.